Hey, let me tell you something. Anybody that wants a depiction of what it looks like when a team, no matter what, does not flinch. Got hard for us on offense. We had a lot of guys go down, a lot of guys that we rely on. Next man up, kept on rolling along. 0 turnovers for the offense today. Give it up for yourself. But let me just tell you something. This defense is a championship defense. Right? It's a championship defense. My trust to coach the game, call the game, whatever you want to call it, knowing that sometimes you got to let the strength of your group in its curse form lead the way. And every single time you guys had to make a play, you did. Every single time, all right, we were backed against the wall. On the road, you guys made a play. And I commend you for that. Every single defensive player and defensive coach gets a game ball today. But a couple guys are getting 2. This guy just played his 172nd game, most by any defensive back in team history. All right, we are lucky to watch this guy ride every single day, leading us with a C on your chest. You don't have the type of culture we have in this building without Harrison Smith. Where you at? And this other guy we're going to single out, all he did was go out and have 13 tackles, 1 sack, and when we had to have it, leaned on him the most, 1 interception. Where's my guy? Peter! You don't got to talk, but you got to break them down. Hey, Vikings on 3. 1, 2, 3. Vikings! Family right here. That's what it's all about.
He's into the end zone! He caught it! Are you kidding me with that catch, JJ?
Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell getting the team hyped up after a victory, and we're here to get you hyped up for Saturday's Vikings game. This is Vikings Weekly inside TCO Studios. We're your hosts. I'm Tatum. This is Gabe. And Gabe, the Vikings don't need touchdowns to win. They joined the Donut Club with a 3-0 shutout victory.
Who says you need points to score in the league?
You just need 3. That's all you need. But now they get ready for another AFC team in the Cincinnati Bengals.
And for the 4th time in 7 weeks, the Vikings will have a new signal caller under center for this Vikings offense. And it is the Nick Mullins season indeed as we kick things off in this week's edition of Vikings Weekly. Coming up on the show, we sit down with the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, Ivan Pace. Also, Vikings General Manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah talks Cause My Cleats. And we have a special edition of Mic'd Up with the do-it-all safety, Josh Metellus.
With the Vikings win on Sunday and a Packers and Lions loss, the Vikings are still in the mix to win the division title. And that wouldn't have been a possibility without a near-perfect defensive performance on Sunday. Sometimes all you need is 3 points to win a game. And this past Sunday was the first time since 1971 that the Vikings have won a game 3-0. Let's check out the sights and sounds from this past Sunday's win against the Raiders in this week's edition of Field Access.
We only got 5 left, promise, but it's the only one that matters, right? Yeah. Everything we got, all gas. D-line on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We can't be stopped. Yeah. We go out there, we set the standard. Yeah. Be great on 3. 1, 2, 3. Be great.
Ain't too much talking got to be made. Just plays. Plays. Only thing we making today is plays. That's all the talking we gonna do today is making plays. Let's go. Let's be the reason why. Coaches on 3. 1, 2, 3.
This game scoreless. They can get a first down at the 1. O'Connell out of the shotgun takes the snap. He twirls and he'll throw out to the right. Ball came out. Hunter Renfrow dropped the ball and yes, Vikings ball. Joseph, who is 18 of 24 this year, is in to kick a 36-yard field goal in a scoreless game with 2 minutes to go. Former Raider Andrew DePaula snaps, Ryan Wright holds. Snap spot. Joseph's right-footed kick is good! And the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 3-0 lead with 1:57 to go in the game. O'Connell takes the snap, throws over the middle. Intercepted! Picked off at the 34-yard line. And the the Raiders.
Hey, welcome to the Donut Club. Hey, come on, we do your boy. Hey, that boy, come on. Ice cream for us. Stop. That's what we do.
Good team win. Let's go, Vice.
Yeah, you never been in a game. Oh, hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good job. Whatever we got to do, fellas. Whatever we got to do. You boys can't eat on us. Welcome to the Donut Club.
What a game that was. Sunday marked the first time in 6 years that the Vikings have held a team scoreless. While that is a team accomplishment, there is one guy that showed up on the film time in and time out, and that's Vikings undrafted rookie linebacker Ivan Pace, who finished the game with 13 tackles, a sack, and the game-sealing interception. Tatum, that's not a bad stat line for the undrafted rookie who just won his first NFC Defensive Player of the Week this past week.
And on the heels of that honor, Gabe, now Ivan is headed back home to play his hometown NFL team, the Bengals, on Saturday, which is also his 23rd birthday. Ivan always says he's got the dog in him, and that goes back to his high school days in Cincinnati. I sat down with Ivan to talk about why he's always felt like he's belonged in the NFL and to get to know him a little better. NFC Defensive Player of the Week. How does that sound?
Amazing. Sound great.
It was a career day for you. You led the team with 13 tackles, a sack, and of course that game-sealing interception. What were you feeling like that day?
I don't know. I was feeling like on top of the world.
It's intercepted! Ivan Pace Jr. with the diving pick, and that may have sealed it for the Vikings.
Doing that for my team just felt amazing.
And this other guy we're going to single out, all he did was go out and have 13 tackles, 1 sack, and when we had to have it, leaned on him the most, 1 interception. Where's my guy, IP?
How can you build on that moving forward?
You never got too much on your plate. You got to keep working.
How, as a rookie, do you make sure to keep your plate at a good size, a comfortable size?
I don't look at myself as a rookie. I look at myself as just being a couple-year player in the league. Because I don't feel like a rookie, especially with the green dot. You got a big role play.
Well, let's dive into that part right now. I mean, when in that New Orleans game, Jordan Hicks goes down with an injury and it's next man up, and that man was you. What were the nerves like?
The nerves were pretty calm. I knew I had it in the bag to go out there and take over his role.
Fields is finally brought down. Ivan Pace.
What was it like making your first start as the green dot, which obviously is calling the defense?
Mm-hmm. Of course, we got Jordan Hicks in there, and he's a good veteran, and I'm a rookie, so just learning from him. He told me that you just got to stay confident in whatever call is out there, even if you're wrong. The whole defense is going to be wrong, and sometimes when you're wrong, you're right. So.
Ivan's friends and family are planning to be there in attendance, and he says he's got like 40 or 50 friends also coming.
Sure.
And if they haven't checked out the story, they can go to Vikings.com or the Vikings app to see the full thing.
Well, it's Friday, and we know every Friday the Vikings post a Friday challenge or a Friday riddle, and like we talked about a few weeks ago, it makes me feel so dumb because I can never figure it out. So Vikings fans, hopefully you can figure out the riddle this week in this week's edition of the Friday Challenge.
If a red house is made of red bricks, if a blue house is made of blue bricks, a greenhouse is made of glass.
Well, they told you that.
I swear to God, I didn't know that.
Gases. Greenhouse gas, right? Am I an idiot?
I don't know. Climate change is a hot topic. You can totally be right.
You know what's hot topic?
Red house is made of
Greenhouse gas? Greenhouse gas? Is that not a thing?
It's definitely a thing.
Yeah, greenhouse
I'd
gas.
be a little too scientific. So.
Greenhouse gas.
I feel like it's glass. Greenhouse is made out of glass, right? Like
Gas. Yeah, it's got to be greenhouse gas.
Really?
Yeah, that's my vote.
Blue house is made of. What is a greenhouse made of? The moon? Plants.
Hell yeah. There you go, Ryan.
It's not plants. Ryan, it's not plants. No, it's not plants. I'm serious.
So a red house is made of red bricks, right? Yeah. A blue house is made of blue bricks. So a greenhouse should be green. You would think so. But it's not.
Okay, do you know anything?
Yes. What's it made of?
I don't know. It's like a
It magnifies the sun, so make it warm. There you go. All right. You got it. Sure.
You can check out the full Friday Riddle on Vikings.com as well as the Vikings app. Coming up after the break, we take a stroll with Vikings General Manager Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. We'll be right back with more on Vikings Weekly. Minnesota Minute presented by Caribou. We got Minnesota Vikings General Manager Kwesi here. And Kwesi, we got your My Cause, My Cleats shoe in our hand. And this year you chose 2 causes. Talk me through that.
You know, I think it's important, you know, in these positions, one of the benefits is to get, you know, attention to great causes. They're doing great things in this world, and I wanted to make sure I did that with these 2 causes here.
What were the causes and what do they mean to you?
You know, first we got the Vikings Voyage, specifically the STEM program. Mm-hmm. And STEM's incredibly important to me. Obviously, people know my background, and you know what I think is really great about what they're doing is they're trying to inspire kids to STEM through sports. Mm-hmm. And it's not necessarily that we need kids to work in sports, but hey, how do we draw people's attention? How do we get them interested in the math, the sciences, and all those different things so that they might use a canvas somewhere else and help this world? So really passionate about that. And then obviously the Masonic Children's Hospital, you know, as a new parent yourself, I think, you know, the second you look at your child, you have that feeling in your head of never wanting to experience 1 second of anything. And so just really passionate about those, combining being a new parent with mental health. And so I thought they were a great cause to support.
I love it. You wore these during the game against the Raiders this past week, and usually with your suits you wear dress shoes, but did you have a little bit more bounce in the Air Maxes this week?
A little bounce. You know, actually this year I've been wearing the shoe. I took it from you actually. You're great. You make the sneakers and suit look great.
Appreciate you.
But you know, I had foot surgery this offseason, so I'm just readjusting towards the shoes again. So, but it's been great to do that. But these are incredible. I think sometimes people think I got a little more swag than I actually do to pull these off. But these are incredible design. Really passionate about what they were able to do.
Well, look, my last question for you. We want to know when you wear these shoes. Are these going to make a recurring thing? Or are you going to make these every Sunday thing?
I try and be a little bit low key. These laces are fire. You know, I was clicking my heels before the game started. But we'll see what happens. These are incredible. I know we actually might think about auctioning these off and raise some funds for some of these great causes. So we'll decide whether we want to focus on a good luck charm or raise some money.
Welcome back inside the TCO studios. This is the Week 15 edition of Vikings Weekly. Vikings fans, we hope you enjoyed that My Cause, My Cleats edition with our general manager, Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. And Tatum, as the kids would say, Kwesi's kicks were kind of swaggy.
They were a little icy, as they also say. I'm not good with lingo, but they were really cool. I liked them a whole lot.
Well, now let's move on to the Week 15 edition of Vikings football as the team in purple takes a business trip down south to face the 7-6 Cincinnati Bengals and Jamar Chase.
Yeah, and there are several similarities between these 2 teams. Same playoff aspirations, same record, and they're even both playing backup quarterbacks. Head coach Kevin O'Connell sat down with voice of the Vikings Paul Allen to dive into the X's and O's.
Welcome to X's and O's on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network and Vikings.com. Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, is joining us to talk about a game that is taking place in 3 days and a team that beat the Las Vegas Raiders, and we are in deep stretch of the 2023 National Football League season. Just a couple of quickies, Kevin. Back to the Raiders game for a second. I know we're here on a Wednesday getting ready for the Bengals on a Saturday, but getting the money in Las Vegas, at the end of the equation, that mattered most. I mean, a lot of details on which to focus and work and improve. Getting the money there in that 3-0 thing, that was big.
Yeah, you know, there's no question that you know, every time we go out there, we'd love to score 30 and ring the bell a few times, but defensively to get the performances we've gotten out of them in a time where we're trying to, really work through, some adversity on offense and to get the special teams performance we did. In the end, I know, the fantasy football world we live in, nobody, as an offensive coach, nobody more than me wants to go out there and light up the scoreboard.
Wow,
but
a rare fantasy reference.
The idea is, the whole time last week was to come back with our 7th win, and we did that.
Yeah, if they started Joseph, they got 3 points.
That's exactly right.
That's really all you need.
Right.
Speaking of kicking, there were a couple of times last week publicly that you stressed the importance in a game like that game against Las Vegas of flipping the field.
Yep.
And the punter came through with 4 inside the 20. I mean, personally speaking, I thought that was massive.
Yeah, I thought it was huge, and we've worked it, we've talked about it. Field position in the NFL, it's a critical stat, and especially when you are in a low-scoring game, every yard matters. I thought some of the things BP did, trying to get us some yards back and see if we could get those tough, decision-type catches for a punt returner and turn them into a 5, 10, 15-yard gain. Those all matter. And then, like you said, Ryan Wright stepping in there and having 4 inside the 20 and really good directionally to help with our coverage units. And, all the way around, I thought it was a really solid effort.
You can see that full video online at Vikings.com or the Vikings app. Now, Saturday's game is crucial as the Vikings close out their non-divisional games before they begin that 3-game stretch to end the season against the Lions and the Packers. It's going to be a tough game.
It's going to be tough, but before we get there, I want to rewind back to this past Sunday because there was a graphic that appeared in the broadcast that showed about 12 different positions that Josh Metellus has lined up at some point on this defense this season. While the stats may not always show up in the stat sheet for Josh, the impact has been felt. And this week, the Vikings Entertainment Network had an opportunity to put some sound to that impact as we had the Swiss Army knife mic'd up in Sunday's win against the Raiders. Let's take a look.
Woo! Let's go. Yeah! Yeah! We do. We do, baby. We do. It's due time. Due time. Time to wreck the game, baby. It's a hell of a time to be alive, baby. You know what time it is. You already know what time it is. Let's go! Let's go. Hey, let's go! Today is about one thing. Today we untouchable. They can't stop us. Nobody can stop us. We running through a fucking brick wall today. Let's go. We lit all day. This our house, and we gonna show them why. Hey, 1 on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Out of the bye and into action. Happy Sunday. This is Minnesota Vikings football, indeed, from Las Vegas, just off the Las Vegas Strip, adjacent to Mandalay Bay, where the 6-6 Minnesota Vikings take on the 5-7 Las Vegas Raiders.
Good luck. Stay healthy.
Minnesota won the toss. They will defer, so the Raiders are going to start with the football.
Yeah, boy! Yeah! Come on, Hoop! Don't hold me now! Hey, return to our boundary! Hey, good. Good work. We had that strap. Hey, good IP. Let it fly around. Keep flying around. Hey, trust your instincts too. It's a bird in here. That bird is trying to die. It's literally trying to die. Hey, Najee running, birdie. Go ahead, Najee. Stack him, Najee. Hey, 3 and out. Boy, he was not him. Yo, we here, we roll. That way. Hey, excuse me, Mr. Rat, are we gonna get our 5 yards? Good tackle, BZ! Woo! 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 Hey, let's get get off the field. Let's get off the field, baby. Hey, get out.
3rd and 3. O'Connell under pressure, and O'Connell goes down.
Free one. Free one. Free one. Walk your trap, take over your trap.
That was a very big defensive first half for these two teams.
Walk your trap, take over your trap. IP. Got a little free one. Little free. Promise you I'll make some shake. I promise you I'll make some shake. I'll make some shake. Hey! It's that time! It's that time! We about to take it over. It's that time. It's that time. It's that time. Yeah! Yeah!
For the Raiders, Connell out of the shotgun, takes the snap, he twirls, and he'll throw out to the right. Ball came out, Hunter Renfrow dropped the ball, and yes, Vikings ball!
Get him!
For the full edition of Mic'd Up, you can head on over to Vikings.com as well as the Vikings app. You can also send Josh Metellus to the Pro Bowl this year by using the hashtag Pro Bowl Vote with Josh Metellus' name beside it. You have from now until December 25th to vote for Josh as well as any Vikings player that you see fit.
And we also need you to step up in other ways too, right?
Yeah.
It's the season of giving, so why not give to the Salvation Army? You can text SKOL to the number on the screen or visit salvationarmynorth.org/Vikings to learn about how you can make more of a difference.
Well, two teams fighting for playoff position on Saturday at noon. Vikings versus Bengals at Paycor Stadium. I am looking forward to this game. So many similarities, like you said, and Vikings fans, I know we will see you down there in Cincinnati. So for Tatum Everett, our entire Vikings Entertainment Network, my name is Gabe Henderson. We will talk to you guys right here next week on Vikings Weekly.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.